Hello everyone, this is the EA press conference abridged version. For those of you who don't want to sit through the whole thing, EA, what a weak showing, man. They had a few really strong points, but overall, it was so boring. Anyway, they opened with a teaser for Mass Effect. And if this is in-game engine, man, this game is gonna look really good. But we had a teaser last year. I was expecting a bit more than a teaser this year. There isn't much to take from it, except that he has the Normandy suit, so maybe we're still aboard the Normandy, no matter which character we are. Other than that, yeah, it's a new Mass Effect. It's coming. Next, they went into Need for Speed, and I think Need for Speed looks pretty. Looks really good. There is one concern that I have from this gameplay demo. I mean, there's tons of customization, and that all looks great. It's a car game, so for car fans, that all is amazing, I want to say. But while you're driving, notice how the camera is just all over the place whenever you turn. Like, this is not a good camera for driving. Not at all. And maybe they did this for cinematic purposes during the trailer, but if this is the camera in-game, oh man, no, this is gonna be a mess. And yeah, the game is called Need for Speed. I think it's set in the underground universe because, you know, it's nighttime, carbon seems to be a thing. You're getting reputation, which is also a very strong theme within Underground, but the Underground title is not anywhere to be seen. It is just called Need for Speed. We're rebooting all the titles in the world. As I mentioned, I'm gonna be skipping some stuff, and the first thing I'm gonna skip is the Star Wars The Old Republic expansion. Seems there's a new one coming out called Knights of the Fallen Empire, and I can tell you more about it if I wanted to. Next game is a new IP from EA, and it looks pretty. It's called Unravel, and it's a 2D puzzle platformer. Now, the art style reminds you a lot of Sackboy, you know, Little Big Planet. You wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't even be wrong if you associated this with Yoshi's Woolly World. The art style is indeed very similar. It's all made of yarn. He's got the wire coming off of him. Look, yeah, we get where the inspiration came from. But gameplay-wise, it's not really like any of those. You use your body made of yarn to create bridges, to swing, like from rope, and it's a 2D platformer, and I really like the art style that mixes sort of real life stuff with the video game character. If you look at a lot of these scenarios, they have a very realistic look to it, a very realistic art style. And at the same time, the character itself, it looks very gamey. And this mix looks very interesting. It's a 2D platformer from EA. Can't wait to play this, or can't wait to see more about it. Another game that I'm gonna skip is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, because I don't see the point. They talked about new classes, new maps, and you can summon a mech, kinda like you do on Titanfall, but the game still looks like DLC to me. Still don't see why this is a brand new game, and not just a bunch of DLC packs for the first one. I guess because it's EA, and they love money. Here's a great chunk of stuff to skip. By the way, when I say skip, I'm still mentioning everything, just so you know what I'm not talking about, but I'm not spending huge amounts of time talking about it. The next segment is the sports segment. They talked about NHL, golf, and the NBA game. After that, they took a break from the sports games, and then they went into the mobile market. And on the mobile, we have Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, which seems like another collecting card game. Everyone is going down the Hearthstone route. Okay, so we had Bethesda with their Elder Scrolls card game on Sunday, and now EA with a Star Wars card game here at the press conference. Okay, I guess. Let's everyone have a shot at it. Collecting card games feel like the new MOBA. Everyone wants to have a go. And after that, we had another mobile game called Minions Paradise, which is the single worst game I've seen at E3 this year, so obviously not gonna talk about it. Then back to sports, FIFA 16. They had a trailer with Pele, then Pele came on stage, and look, I like football, and Pele is considered the best player to have ever existed. It is an icon, it is a figure of respect, but even for someone like me who likes football, this moment was cringeworthy. First, his English is not very good, so watching him struggling to speak some words was cringeworthy. And then they just spent way too much time talking to Pele at a video game conference. That was awful. Then they showed some gameplay for FIFA, and they have women's teams this time. Okay, but let's skip to what really matters. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Now, Mirror's Edge Catalyst is the origin story of Faith, and what's really interesting is that they're getting rid of levels. There are no more levels. It's an open world. It's a free roaming open world of rooftops. That for me is crazy, and that is really cool. Now, I'm more excited than I ever was for this title. All the environments look a lot more detailed. Some of them actually don't have that color scheme anymore. Like, everything has more colors to them, and not everything is so monochromatic. That could be good, that could be bad, because the monochromatic color scheme was what guided you, what told you you can interact with this object and you can do this and you can do that. Now, by giving detail to every single building, maybe you're gonna get lost a bit easier, or maybe they're clever about the level design and they'll only do that in places where it's impossible to get lost. We'll see. I think it looks extremely pretty, and I just hope that doesn't get in the way of the genius level design they used to have, and doesn't get in the way of the gameplay. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, that was the presentation, and it's coming out February 23rd of next year, so very early into 2016. And of course, after they show one interesting game, they have to go back to sports. It was NFL this time. Nope, not talking about NFL. Now we talk about the closer of the EA show, Star Wars Battlefront, had a really strong showing at EA. It was a multiplayer match, and first of all, graphics-wise, this game looks gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful, so polished, and I actually have a friend who has played Battlefront at E3, and he says it's something else. Like, the gunplay looks responsive. He didn't become a Jedi, but he did man the turret on one of the big walkers, which is a shame that you can't drive them, but hey, you can get in the turret and just fire it wherever while the walker does his own thing. I'm gonna keep calling it Walker. I'm not good with Star Wars names, so you can call me out on whatever, but I'm not gonna learn Star Wars names. That's not happening. I just know myself too well. And yeah, both first-person and third-person gameplay look extremely good. And something that really surprised me was the ship combat. Ship combat looks unique, super fluid, and oh man, and the destruction of the environments is... Everything about this game looks really good. At the end of the demo, we do see a little bit of Jedi action. Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader walking to the field. We see Luke Skywalker reflecting some shots, using the Force, lightsabering someone to death, and then when both of them clash, that's when it cuts to black and the trailer is over. Battlefront is looking really powerful and is coming out later this year. I'm very excited to play it. And that was the EA press conference. As I said, they had some really strong points with Mass Effect, even though it was just a teaser. Mirror's Edge Catalyst had a very good presentation. Star Wars Battlefront had a very good presentation. Unravel looks very interesting to me. And then the rest wasn't just that interesting. Need for Speed for fans, obviously, that's good. But Star Wars The Old Republic, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, all the sports games which took the grand majority of the show, most of that stuff just is not interesting to me at all. So yeah, I think this show was kind of boring, and it had some moments where I kind of woke up and whoa, what's this game? Oh, Mirror's Edge. Alright, cool. Let's do this. But you guys let me know, what was your favorite game at the EA show? Leave it down in the comments while you're down there. Click the like button and subscribe for more E3 coverage. Up next, Ubisoft.